how do you hear the voice of God? You have to get in His presence, start practicing it, start hearing it. You know, it may not be in King James. It may not be, "Thou come here now, go to the store." No, it's just a still, small voice. A lot of times it's a leading. See, you hear. How many know you hear what you want to hear? Say that. Now make it personal. I hear what I want to hear. Yeah, I don't know. Open your mouth and say that for real. Come on. Say, I hear what I want to hear. See? Cause see, well, there was this Native American. He was in New York City one time, and he was walking with his friend. He said, "You hear that?" The man said, "What?" You know, it's a busy street. He walked over to where a cricket was. He heard a cricket in New York City. And the man was like, "How you supposed to hear that in your head?" He said it though. He said, "But I just taught you. You hear what you want to hear." Guess what he did? He dropped some change on the concrete. Everybody stopped. It's just what you listening for. I remember I was in the midst of a move. My wife had pretty much already made her mind up to move. And so one of my mentors, I was talking to him, and I tell a lot of y'all this. I used to say, "Well, I'm just waiting on God, I'm waiting to hear." And I use that, see, some of the same excuses I use too. And I said, "Well, I'm just trying to hear from God." He said, "Well, you got to want to hear." A lot of us don't want to hear what God really had to say. We say it, we say we do, but we scared of that answer. Amen? So we got to understand that you got to hear from God. My most important thing, let me tell you something, a lot of you may come to me for advice. Some of you may come to me for advice. You know what I'm going to tell you to do? I'm going to just ask you what God say. You rarely will get, who had talked to me and asked me for advice before? Who asked me for advice? Anybody? I rarely tell people what to do though. You can ask them. I rarely tell people what to do. Maybe Dave, because I just first said Dave. But I rarely tell people what to do, Michaela. Why? Because the greatest thing I ever can do, Key, is let you hear the voice of God for yourself. When I disciple and lead people, my greatest thing is not that you may hear pastor's voice, but you know it's God, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying I'm God. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Please hear me correct when I say that. But my greatest thing, bro, is that when you go in the closet, you hear it for yourself, so you're going to be like, "Well, Pastor told me," no, you're going to own that decision for yourself. When it comes time, and ladies, and he come and say, "Will you marry me?" That you better hear for yourself. Mama can't tell you. Mama can say, "Well, look at these pros, look at these cons right here," but say, you got to hear for yourself. Say, own your own decision. And so when it comes to my calling, watch this. When it comes to my calling, if I want to hear, I need to be worshiping. If I want to know what God say, back again, I'm being get on with your personal discipline. How's your morning time going? How's your solitude time coming? Where's your 30 minutes where you just put the phone to the side? Or is Facebook eating up all your time? Twittering. Amen? Let me keep going.